When it comes to building anything, foundation is key. If you want to build something strong and sturdy, your foundation should really be sturdy. The higher you want it, the deeper your foundation should be. And the same is true when it comes to our financial quotient or FQ. The higher you want your FQ to be, the deeper you should go into understanding your relationship with money. And you know what this usually entails? It's going down your childhood money memory. What did you hear your parents say about money? Were they the type who would say, "Nako, ang hirap kitain ng pera"? Or did they say, as long as you're willing to put in the work, money will follow? Did you have rich relatives who were nice to you or not so nice to you? Did you feel that you were richer or poorer than your relatives or your classmates? Whatever your money story is while you were growing up, that has a very big impact on your current relationship with money. And that is our topic for today: childhood money memory. This is Rose Press Fausto, and welcome to my channel, the place to be if you want to be financially happy. I was fortunate to have interviewed some of the most influential people in the country. I asked them about their childhood money memory and how this somehow helped build who they are right now. So this will be the first in a series of childhood money memory. For starters, showbiz muna tayo. You know, in the Philippines, showbiz icons are really looked up to, admired, and sometimes even imitated. And the more popular they become, the more they earn from their TV shows, movies, endorsements, and the like. So, for this episode, I will be talking to 3 of the most popular and established actors in the country. Do you know who they are? Well, we have Matteo Guidicelli, Piolo Pascual, and Judy Ann Santos. So, let's check out what their childhood money memories are. Let's start with Matteo Guidicelli. Hello everyone, we have here with us Matteo Guidicelli.
Hi everybody, it's an honor to be with you.
Yes.
I'd like to learn your ways.
Which ways?
Your investing power.
Yeah. So can we backtrack? Can you just share with us anything about your childhood money memory?
Okay, my childhood money memory. I remember, I think I got my first passbook when I was, 8 years old.
8 years old.
My tito gave it to me for a gift, and it had 500 pesos inside.
Yeah, where were you then? In Cebu?
In Cebu,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And there I kept that, and it was like so precious to me. And then I would always go to the bank and put more money, 500, 200, and I'd see it grow.
Diba? Yeah. There's a magical feeling of you seeing that your money is growing.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So what did it do to you? I mean, from a very young age of, you said 8 years old.
8 years old, yeah.
Did you continue to have it? I mean, into your teens, into your college life?
Yeah, eventually it disappeared. I don't know what happened. So I opened another account, and stuff. But it was very nice to have me starting at a very young age. It reminds you and it teaches you the value of money, value of spending, on how you should save. You know, I have a brother now 10 years old, and we try to teach him the value of money, on how to hold money and how to spend money.
Are you the panganay?
I'm the eldest. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you have how old is your
10-year-old brother?
10-year-old.
So I'm 27. I have a sister that's 26, and then a 10-year-old brother.
Oh my. The unexpected
yes,
bonus.
Super.
Okay, so what did this bring to you? So you've always been quite comfortable with money, is that right?
Not a large sum of money, not large sum of money. No, when recently, 3-4 years, the zeros, like
the zeros
started, you have to pay bigger bills, no? So it's kind of scarier paying bigger bills. So, I was very lucky that my dad was always there to help me and to advise me properly. And, you're spending too much, you're gonna so then.
I have this style of cutting the financial umbilical cord of my children once they graduate from college.
Okay.
In your case, when did that happen?
That happened when I was, 17 or 16 years old when I started in show business. Mga 18.
Oh, you were 17?
Yeah, I started 11 years ago. Mga 18, I think I started paying for everything 18 years old now.
When you started earning?
Yes. yeah, my dad wanted me to, syempre, I'd save a bunch of majority of my earnings, but like if I'd get a van or if I'd be a driver, I'd give their salary.
So was there any like a ceremonial thing that okay, Mateo, from now on, no more allowance?
Wala naman, Papa slowly placed it in. He made me realize, Mateo, you're spending for this, you're spending for that. And sometimes I'd be like, Pa, I'm still a child, you have to spend for it.
No more, 18 ka na, iho.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened.
Yeah,
And
but
then from
sometimes,
then on,
I try to be sneaky and ask allowance, Pa, can I have some money? So, mga yan.
until what age?
Until now.
Oh yeah, Daddy Guidicelli, Papa Boy.
Bless Matteo Guidicelli's uncle who gifted him that 500 pesos deposited in a bank. Can you imagine that? Sometimes these simple gestures can start off someone already in his saving journey. And he wants to also teach this habit of saving to his younger brother. And when he was in his teens, his father taught him how to pay his own bills already. Kasi kumikita na, di ba? How about you? Do you have any uncle, aunt, ninong, ninang, lolo, lola who gifted you with money when you were young that started you off in your saving journey? Alam nyo, I have a story to tell you. When I give cash to my inaanaks, mga sino-sino mga bata dyan, kahit na hindi na masyadong bata, this is what I use. I put the cash or check inside FQ angpaos. So, what is the difference between the FQ angpao and the regular angpao? It has the basic laws of money already. Ayan, nakasulat na. 3 basic laws. So that they will not forget to observe these laws of money whenever they receive something. Gawin ko kayang merch ito. What do you think? Now, let's go to our next CMM.
Hello everybody, we're with Piolo Pascual, the Papa P. You cringe at the title, you do.
Oh, well, I've gotten used to it. It's something I have to live with, I guess.
Anyway, Piolo, why don't you share with us your childhood money memory?
It always have to do with paluwagan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I learned early on in my life how to save up with your allowance by putting part of your allowance to a paluwagan because in time it will grow. So from that knowledge, I was able to apply that with insurance as I started working.
Ah, okay. So when was this? How old were you?
Grade school.
Grade school.
Yeah.
So you were already a part of a paluwagan back in grade school?
Yeah, even at home.
Who was collecting for you?
Whoever had more time, in school, in class, and then at home with my siblings.
Talaga?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's commonly practiced in school, and when you want to prepare for something, you want to save up for something instead of putting it in a piggy bank. You have a paluwagan. At least you get to compare with other people that get to save up, and pag nakikita mo na lumalaki, parang you realize the value of saving. You realize the value of putting your money in a place where you don't touch it and you see it grow.
Yeah. When did investing come into it?
As soon as I started working, I realized, this is not going to be something that will last forever. So you got to be practical. You have to make sure that what you have right now, you make use of it, and don't spend everything. You save up for the future.
Yeah. How long have you been in the business?
20 years.
Wow! 20 years and still looking this great, huh?
Well, thank you. Happy birthday.
So, it's paluwagan for Papa Piolo. PPP. Nakasali ka na ba sa paluwagan? What is a paluwagan? A paluwagan is an informal group saving and lending system. The English term for paluwagan is ROSCA or Rotating Credit and Savings Association. Ba't nga ba hindi ROXA? Anyway, so what happens is that you put together your cash and then you take turns on who gets the cash. This is very prevalent in developing countries like ours. In the developed countries, ROSCAs also exist, but the members are immigrant groups from developing countries as well. If you Google paluwagan or ROSCA, you will see the pros and cons. Fortunately, there are other options now like pooled funds. These also give you dividends and capital appreciation, and they are recognized by our regulatory bodies. So it's safer to do it that way. But let's talk about the positive, the pros naman of the experience of Papa Piolo when it comes to his paluwagan in his childhood. You see, Piolo was doing this together with people he trusts. You know, sometimes because we are social beings, we need to do it with someone. So he was doing it with his classmates, with his families, and it really taught him the value of saving, seeing his money grow, and waiting for his turn to get the cash. How about you? Did you have saving buddies while you were growing up? Right now, do you have FQ buddies? Is there a group that you belong to who cheers you on with your saving and investing? If you want, I'm inviting you to join the FQ community. You can subscribe to fqmom.com, and when you do, you get yourself a free ebook. Before we go to the next CMM, this is just a gentle reminder for you to like, comment, and subscribe to FQ Mom channel. Do share it with someone whom you think can benefit from it. And click the notification button so that you will not miss a single episode.
Hello everybody! We are very happy to be with the one and the only Judy Ann Santos.
Hi!
And what they always say is that you're a lot more beautiful in person.
Promise?
Approve ako dyan. Juday, at FQ Mom kasi, pinag-uusapan namin. Kasi usually yung childhood money memory natin has a lot to do with the way we relate with money today.
Yes.
Diba? So pwede ba kaming kwentuhan ng konti ng childhood money memory?
Okay, hindi ko alam kung masyadong tungkol sa... Well, yeah, tungkol pa rin naman to sa pera.
Huwag ka muna umiyak.
Hindi kasi... kasi pera eh. Masakit sa puso yung pera eh. Hindi. Okay, back then, I started working at 8 years old.
Oh yeah?
Pero syempre, ang kita ko naman nun, it's either 500,
Pero syempre,
1,000, at saka bit player naman ako ng, but you know, 500 at that time for an 8-year-old
Exactly.
kid, malaking bagay na yan. Ang daming chiclet na nun Ang dami ng sampalok na mabibili nun, maasim at saka may maanghang. I so wanted to buy this rubber shoes. Ang kwento ko na lang yung background nito.
Okay, please do.
I was doing a commercial as paparami na bata. Ang sikat ng time na yun si Isabel Granada at saka si Chaka Dreyfus. So, bilang supporting actress, support lang, di ako artista. Tumbang, luksong tinik. Sa Colgate, yung ginagawa namin. So, ako yung nakaganon, ako yung taya. Pagtalo ni Isabel Granada, natadyakan niya ako sa mukha. So, meron ako, yes, may picture pa ako, hindi ko na lang makita. Meron akong bakat ng mighty kid sa mukha ko. So, hindi ako naiyak kasi si Isabel Granada naman yung nakatadyak sa akin. At saka aksidente naman.
Okay.
Pero, naging motivation ko siya para makabili ako ng mighty kid.
Comedian pala ito.
Hindi totoo yun. So,
akala ko sasabihin mo, ang hirap kumita ng pera.
Hindi. Kasi enjoy ko siya.
Okay.
Kasi marami akong kalaro. Tapos natadyakan ka na Isabel Granada. Sikat si Isabel Granada. So, siya talaga yung motivation ko makabili ng mighty kid. Doon ako nagsimulang mag-ipon.
Wow.
Kasi sa Antipolo kami nakatira. Babiyahe kami, mag-jeep kami pang uwi. Antipolo, papunta ng location, ganyan. So, nung alam ko yung presyo ng mighty kid noon, parang nasa mga 800 something.
Okay, mahal na rin yun.
Mahal na rin yun.
Oo.
Oo, considering na nasa Antipolo kami nakatira, yung mga ganung bagay, malaking bagay yun sa amin.
Yes.
So, ang ginawa namin ni Ate Binay, sa tuwing sweldo ko, may price kasi ako sa kanya. It's either bibili kami ng champoy or squash seed na 100 grams. Kasi pag pila kami, papasakay ng jeep papunta Antipolo, meron kami binibili. Hindi ako bumili talaga ng mga champoy at squash seed.
For the sake of my
ticket. So, after that, syempre nakita ko, nabili ko na yung sapatos after 2 months. Nakaramdam ako ng, alam mo yung feeling accomplishment.
Yes.
Kasi I was able to save, naramdaman ko yung...
Sariling sikap ba?
Oo, yung pera ko to, pinagtrabahuhan ko to, hindi ako kumain ng champoy.
Ang squash seed.
Yes, pinigilan ko yung squash seed. Ako po kasi yung tipo ng tao, pag may paborito akong pagkain, akin lang yun. Para siya isakripisyo ko, malaking bagay sa akin talaga yun. So, nung nakuha ko yung mighty kid ko, hindi ko muna siya sinuot. tinitigan ko muna siya, tapos sinabi ko sa sarili ko, good job, Juday.
Galing.
You know, before this interview, I never knew that Judy was a good comedian pala. Her being kicked on the face by Isabel Granada started her FQ journey, her FQ habit of saving. Nasipa sa mukha, nasuot ang Mighty Kid rubber shoes, ang nagtulak sa kanya para umpisahan ang napakagandang FQ habit, which is delaying gratification. It's so amazing how the young Judy was able to resist what we call in behavioral economics as hyperbolic discounting or present bias. Ano yun? It is our tendency to favor, to choose a now reward, a smaller but now reward over a bigger but later reward. Parang marshmallow test ba ito? So, if you want to know more about the biases, you can just get hold of your own copy of FQ Book 2. Now, back to Judy. Yung pagka-hyperbolic discounting na napigilan niya, no? She was able to control the human tendency to be present bias. She was able to forego buying champoy and her squash seeds, mga favorite chichirya niya, because she wanted to also have her own Mighty Kid shoes. And she was able to purchase this for 800 pesos lang, di ba? Sayang, nakalimutan kong tanungin kung meron din ba siyang sinipa with her Mighty Kid rubber shoes. So, how about you? Do you have any similar experience of delaying your gratification, forgoing what you really want to have right now so that you can purchase something that you have been dreaming for? If your young self was able to do that, then your adult self should be able to do that too. And for parents out there, this is a reminder that this important skill of being able to delay gratification is very important. Let's teach our children how to do this. So there you have it. 3 different childhood money memories from 3 of our finest actors in the country. So while listening to their childhood money memories, napaisip ka rin ba ng sarili mong childhood money memory? Share mo naman dito. Write it down in the comment section. But here you go. If you want to do the childhood money memory exercise in a more systematic way, complete with guide questions, you can find that in Chapter 4 of FQ Book 1, FQ the End to Intelligence. You can get a copy, or we provide the link in this video as well. And after you do that exercise, please come back to this video and share your story. I'm sure a lot of people will also learn from you. Mas maganda, di ba? Yung share lang tayo. So that is your homework for today. Remember, here at FQ Mom, we want you to go beyond the knowledge. We want you to really improve your behavior. We want you to do something. So, remember, the higher you want your FQ to be, the deeper you should go into your childhood money memory so that you will understand the way you relate to money right now. You will fully understand your relationship with money. Thank you very much for joining me once again. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video and click that notification button because itutuloy pa natin itong Childhood Money Memory Series at marami pang iba. This has been Rose Press Fausto, FQ Mom, wishing you all a high FQ.